Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with today's load prompt and today's Scrap Squad 12 days of autumn Scraplifts. And the original today is by the amazing, always amazing Precious Pages Papercraft on Facebook, Rebecca Moore Precious Pages Papercraft is on Instagram and on YouTube, and she's Rebecca Moore on Facebook. And she has always been one of my favorites, and usually for her mixed media, but she just has an eye for composition. And this is a beautiful, beautiful page just on its own merit, but it fits so well into the load prompt, which is based on Grace Slick and her kind of down the rabbit hole. So our technique prompt was to have a circle or a hole in the middle of our layouts, and so this certainly lends itself to that. But the story prompt was to be about a place that you like to escape to, or some form of escapism that you like. So given this, I see the vertical lines and then the leaves. And of course, she's got kind of sort of fall leaves, but she's thrown that blue color in there, which makes it really unusual and kind of compelling. You know, I'm not going to have fall leaves. I'm going to have tropical leaves. So I've got my Bramble Fox tropical leaves out. I've got these two things, and then I've also pulled out some fussy cuts and even an acetate and a die cut and another. I'm just gonna mix it all up, I think. I've got a couple turtles there. We'll only use one. My photo is one that I took, and I know that I've talked about this before, but the Margaritaville Beach Hotel in Pensacola was for many years our home away from home. It's kind of conveniently halfway between where we live now and my sister's place in Louisiana. So it was a great stop going there or coming back or both. And if we felt like a getaway, it was just a fairly nice 6-hour drive down and just a million miles away once you got there. So I have a photo from the very first time I stayed there by myself. And I had a book that was given to me by my good friend Helen, and I thank you again for that wonderful book. It was a book especially selected for me because it was about meeting Paul McCartney. And there was some wishful thinking in there. I kind of just used it as a getaway to kind of clear my mind. Not that I have a particularly high pressure life, just to remember how much the place meant to us. I wasn't maybe going to do this, but I think I am going to add some foam before mounting it. I found this, I was looking for a wood grain, and I found this in my stash. It's obviously a Project Life card. I don't know where it came from. But it has all those different colors of wood grain, and I just kind of like that about it. So I'm just going to mount that right there. You can see that I'm sitting poolside, but there's the glass fence that overlooks the beach. And I have this, which came from my lanyard. Every time you checked in, you got a lanyard. This had my room number, and this was the front of the lanyard. And right over here, I keep my beach my beachy looking room key. And I kind of keep it on my desk so I can look at it. It's just looking at these images are a form of escapism for me. So I don't know if I'm going to use this, maybe too big. And I also printed in small form the logo, or the what do you call it? The flyer, I guess, for the musical Escape to Margaritaville. And that's my title, is Escape to Margaritaville. And it's got the information about the play, and it's got the subtitle, not just a musical, it's a way of life. And it was what they always kind of said about Jimmy Buffett's music, was it's not just music, it's a way of life. And so that's kind of what Margaritaville's not just a song, it's a way of life. So I'm going to toss these things, and instead of the ribbons that Rebecca has used, I'm going to kind of work with this. I have fringed the ends, and I may do that some more. Let me get something to work on so that I don't scratch my paper. I'm going to pull some fringe using the tips of my tweezers, just to give it a more, well, you know, I may leave that on there. If I don't like it, I can always cut it off, but if I cut it off, I can always add it back on. So I just didn't want a straight cut look. And so this gives it kind of a fuzzy look. And I'm not going to worry about whether you can read things, read the words. I'm going to fold it like this. This says Margaritaville Beach Hotel, and this says no passport required. And I'm picturing the photo going about right there, and then all the leaves kind of going around that. So what I'm going to do is staple this. Oh, if I only had staples. Okay, so let's tape it instead. And then I'm going to tape it down this way. That's not really, okay, that applied some tape. I may be crazy for doing this, but I'll bet I'm going to like the page. Okay, that is on there. Now what I need to do is figure out where to put the foam to support it over that. So I'm thinking just right here and here, just on those outer ends. Like so. And that kind of lifts it up and allows me to tuck things in. So let's start tucking things in. I'm gonna move it down here. I think you can see, yeah. I'm gonna tuck this in just real quick because it has a sticky on the back of it. That is a sunflower that has nothing to do with the scene, but it's kind of a John thing. I'm going to do my clusters kind of off and around. Let's see. Let's just kind of say that I was going to do this. I tell you what I'm going to do. So I have a million of these, so I'm not destroying the only one I have. And I have also photographed it or scanned it a million years ago. And I can probably pull it off a website somewhere. So I'm going to say, I'm going to use the words I'm just going to kind of cut it a little bit smaller and put this here. I don't like it being, I don't like that being so thick. I want the thinner. And how many times lately have I used the thicker when I thought it would be better, and it turned out not to be, and I had to throw it away. So not a good thing. Let's go with this, and I have kind of distressed the edges there. Escape to Margaritaville Beach Hotel. That serves as an appropriate title, I think. Gets the point across. I'm going to put a little bit of foam behind this to allow me to tuck things in and around, under and over and everywhere. This place no longer exists, just in case you were wondering. It has been rebranded just in June of this year. I need one more layer. It's been rebranded to I don't know, I think it's called Pensacola Beach Hotel. And it no longer has the Margaritaville vibe. So I will never go there again. But I have memories and scrapbook pages. Okay, so my plan, now that I've decided to use this, is I'm going to build a fairly substantial cluster, kind of going off this way, and a little small one right here. So now let's get started. Okay, I'm going to kind of take that. I want that to be under things. And I'll use one of the, let's see, maybe this kind of greenery. I wonder if a small palm tree would work. There. I'm going to kind of go off the reservation and kind of depart from, in that case, I would not want that there, because I'd want this is kind of a vertical element. I probably don't want that there either. It's kind of a vertical element, and I want the vertical element to be along the vertical axis that I have going on there. So I'm gonna put some foam, and now I do want the thick foam. Just along, and this foam is black, and so it may not show up as much. You may not be able to see it as well, which is what I'm going for. It could kind of hide back there. Just gonna stick it right there, and we'll see if my theory is correct. Okay, so we have one down. I thought I would debate with myself all day long on these things. I like these. I want to do one of them kind of like that, so that it kind of softens this edge there. And I want to get that in there before I forget. That way and I don't care if it covers up the bee. I'm going to now look for, these that are in these colors just don't mix so well with these. Or maybe I'm just not that. Maybe I'm just not using them as well. I can do this and maybe layer another shell right here. And this has that green there, so maybe I could put some over in here. Let me get this on some foam. And I have to get the sunflower in there, but I'm not sure where. I'm gonna go like that, and then I'll put this. I've got no idea what I'm doing today. I went to Weight Watchers, had a good weigh-in, came home, and there was a new episode of a series that I'm watching. So I watched that. And I've got this shell that just might be too big. But if okay, now this is moving. I needed to fill up my glue before this, and apparently also my stapler. I was not aware that the last staple I used was the last one in there. I think that's where I had that. And that glue has totally not stuck to the background. It has stuck to the acetate. And this is taking way more time than it should to get it placed. But now I know what I'm dealing with. Okay, so maybe this can go back under here and behind this. What do you think? Kind of tucking it there. Okay, and I have a, well, okay, let's get another leaf, another tropical leaf, and I'll start layering some flowers on after I've got the leaves back there. So, right there with a piece of thick foam. There. I have the little kind of jokey turtle. I'm going to now see if this would work. I kind of don't hate it. And it just gives a nice kind of background. And the more, I don't want to say jumbled, because jumbled sounds like a negative word. The more layered things are, the more you can get away with maybe sneaking something in that doesn't exactly match. Okay, I have now this one, which leans over this way and kind of shades the sign. So that was my idea, was to build something up until I could get one of these on the end. That was when I first started thinking of this. That was my goal. Okay, and I'm going to press that down so it makes contact, but it still leaves it kind of curving up, which is exactly what I wanted. Now I have this, which could maybe go here, and then I can layer a couple flowers. Okay, and this I had not decided on, so I guess I've now decided on it because I'm kind of gotten used to seeing it there. And these, just about all of these fussy cuts that I have were cut from some 49 and Market vintage artistry Sunburst packaging. Okay, so there. And then that leaves, you can still kind of read the writing on this. I'm going to prop this up, and I'm going to add another one of the other leaves to it, in addition to adding the layering the flowers on top. I'm going to go like this, maybe, and use that. and then maybe layer a yellow plumeria there. Let's see how that works. Let me get this down. Kind of want to see where that fits in there, and then it seems like I need something coming off there. I'm just going to put a little bit of this tape I just want it making contact with the background in one small place so that the other leaves are free to move about, if you get my drift. Just let them kind of okay, there. And then I think the turtle may need to go here, but I'm just going to sit it there for a second. Let me get another. Ooh, that's pretty. I've got another one of these bending ones, and it bends this way. So maybe like so. I like that. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the stem and kind of stick the stem underneath. Kind of raise that up. I want it to kind of curve like so. Let me get a yellow plumeria for some contrast. I want to repeat the yellow color in a couple places. I've kind of covered up the acetate leaf, and you really can't tell that it's tropical so much. And these two little hibiscus, I think I will maybe cluster around the sunflower. I'll go there. Raise that back up and move it down to kind of make that work. I will maybe put this here and some flowers. Well, okay, I have this little thing that I would like to use in the composition. Maybe right there. You can read the Escape to Margaritaville, and you can see the little image, but the leaf covers up the small print of the, actually, I may use this little guy, but over some flowers. Let's see what kind of flowers we want to put. This is a beautiful composition right here. And it has the, oh no, I pulled some leaves off, or I pulled it off and left some leaves stuck. That's okay because I can stick them back. Let's see. I don't think that's going to work. It might have worked there, but I'm thinking down here makes more sense for something with shells, because it's where my collection of shells is. So I'll save this for something else. I have to be sure and save those other leaves, and I hate that I pull those off. So now what am I going to do? This is too big. It wants to come out, but it's too big. So dare I use some white flowers? Actually, here's kind of an interesting, it's a flower on top of a starfish. And we've already got a starfish there. And there's a blue butterfly that I can add if I'm determined to add. And it has a little yellow flower as well. So this could maybe go like so. And I can maybe, I don't want to lose, if I did this, I think this is meant to go up. So it is meant to be something like that. That's not going to show there anyway, unless I did something silly like that. And that's a little too high. How about if I did it like that, and then put it here, and then had this. Okay, I think I like that. Now, what I need is my really thick foam. And it's already connected to the palm tree there, so I kind of need to be careful here. I don't want to rip it out. I don't want to lose any palm fronds, nor that yellow, the stem of that yellow flower. So I've pulled it out anyway. Let's get it back inserted in there. I think that must not be where I had it. I must have had it there. Okay, so that kind of, all of this is kind of enclosing that, and that's what I'm going for. I may want to enclose it even more, but I have some ideas. That may be where I can put one of my acrylic leaves, the bramble fox leaves. Okay, so I want this guy to be swimming up onto the starfish, if that makes any sense, but certainly connected to that cluster. And now I'm going to pull the blue butterfly just because I love it so much. And I'm going to add it on a, let's see, where do I need some blue? I like the idea of having it towards the upper part of the page, maybe like so. And now, Okay, now we pull these guys out. Put that over there. That's my pin that goes in here, and I'm going to need that to attach these. Okay, I'm probably going to place them because you really don't want to see me. I guess I can pull off the backing and maybe think about where I'm putting them. So I was thinking maybe that could go in there, and let me get it. I don't like things straight up and down, so I'm going to try to do this, and I think that's going to work. And then I definitely want to use one that's this color, and I'm thinking maybe, don't care for that there, maybe that's kind of pretty there, and then a teal one over on this side. That kind of gets lost under that palm tree. And if I use it here, will it get lost there? Or maybe here under the plumeria and on top of the shell. I'm thinking that I'm going to put the dark green one over there because I want this pretty teal color to show. Oops, I've moved my title piece there, and then here and there. That's gonna work. And I have to put a seagull. And I will go back and glue these things in place after I turn off the camera, but let's get the seagull and figure out where he's gonna go. Maybe right over by the scene. By the photo, the actual, it's all a scene, but over by the actual photo. So right there, and that goes there. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will add some journaling that kind of tells the story, and I will see you later. This is my load and 12 days of autumn Scraplifts page. I still have another video to do today for the second birthday sketch. Birthday sketch number 2 at Scrap-A-Sketch. I have another ribbon that I thought about adding just a little strip of above and below. Like I could put a little bit here and a little bit here. I will kind of tuck that under, and I'm going to do it like that. I like that. That's another green, and we've got, that kind of helps bring together these yellowy greens and these very dark natural greens. So I think that's a good addition. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.